Hello, my neurodivergent cohorts. Hope you're doing well today. No, it's not the Stanley Cup. It's my Yeti. I've had it for like, I don't know, 7 years. It works. So anyway, you guys, I'm back. And I like starting my hair on Sundays at 9:30. And apparently, I just like to procrastinate because here it is. It's 11:30 again. This is why I like to body double. Holding myself accountable so we can do our hair together and detangle, because honestly, I don't think if I had this video to do today that I'd be doing my hair. I'd just be putting it off because I just don't feel like it. But I gotta get it done because it's time. It still looks okay and everything like that, but it's starting to get a little bit frizzy up here. It's starting to get a little bit dry, and so we know it's just time to just go ahead and just, and just do the thing. And remove my jewelry. And this is the first time I kept my hair like completely twisted for the whole week because I just didn't feel like messing with it. And I don't know, wanted to try something new. So today I'm just going to be taking down my twists and detangling as I go, because I think it might be easier. Last week I had a lot of tangles that I had to deal with because my hair is really tangle prone and it's such a pain in the butt, and so I'm going to try something different today. And instead of using my typical pre-poo that I've been using, I'm going to try using a little bit of oil this time, and hopefully it'll work through my knots a little bit better. So I'm trying some, what is this anyway? Pure apricot oil. I don't know half the shit I buy, but we're gonna try it. So how are you guys doing? Did you guys do okay with detangling your hair last week? Did you have any problems? I was so lazy this week. I was having a lot of just, I don't know. Not necessarily that I was feeling down or anything like that, but I guess I was like feeling, I don't know, kind of neutral. And, just trying to deal with just feeling neutral. And me and my husband were talking the other day. Well, actually, that's not what I necessarily call it. But he does this thing that I don't understand. He'll do something like, or I don't know what that means. And I don't know if it's because I'm neurodivergent, but I'm like, I need you to use your words, and I need you to be like very direct, because I don't understand like hand signs or these sorts of things from across the room, or I need you to tell me specifically what you need so I can understand it. Otherwise, it gets lost in translation. You know what I mean? And when I let things get lost in translation, I'm usually in trouble because I've missed something important, and I'm like, I didn't hear any of that. I don't know where that came from. And I'm like, nope, I don't remember you saying that. I don't remember anything about it. And then, they'll say things like, well, remember when I said blah, blah, blah? And then I pointed at that thing, and I'm like, kinda. I mean, I vaguely remember the area, and so I'm honing in on what were the smells, was the wind blowing, and, what other sounds were going on, and, what was the general environment, and he's like, well, we did this, this, and this, and, and I pointed over there, and I'm like, I got nothing. And so, I don't know, are any of you like that, where, I mean, I don't understand. I need you to use your words. And I got to thinking about, maybe that's why I always had so many problems, at work, because to me, at work, everything is so, like, I can't think of my words right now. Everything is so abstract, I guess. And even as far as reading directions, I have a reading disability, and so it's hard reading directions. So to me, in my mind, if you're doing smoke and mirrors and doing a bunch of flowery talk and, you know, not being direct, I don't understand what you're saying. It literally makes no sense to me. And I know that it probably seems like we don't care, and sometimes I don't. Let's be honest. Sometimes I don't care what you're saying. And I'm certainly not going to care what you're saying if I don't understand what you're saying. And so, I think about that a lot. And I think about, through most of my life, how many times I misunderstood things. And I think it's because sometimes I take things literally, which is funny because I love sarcasm. I understand sarcasm, and I'm sarcastic, so I get that. But I don't necessarily understand the rest of it. And I forgot where I was going with that because, oh, you guys, I'm just having such a rough day. And I'm not medicated yet. My medication hasn't kicked in, and that's another thing. It's like, man, do I procrastinate because my medication hasn't kicked in, and my executive functioning is dysfunctioning, and I feel low energy today, and actually I pretty much just want to take a nap and just not deal with anything at all. It's actually where my brain is today. And part of me is like, oh, you shouldn't do your YouTube videos unless you're upbeat and la 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 la. But the fact of the matter is I'm not always upbeat. I'm not always like happy and sometimes it's just, sometimes I just focus on what do I need to do to get through the day, because I get tired of frustrating myself and and those sorts of things. And am I even really frustrating myself, or is it just what I think? I just think I'm frustrated. I don't know. I know one thing though, that oil worked really well. So now I'm gonna put my pre-poo in so I can twist my hair up and get it out of the way, because I certainly can't leave it like this, y'all, because it will tangle up in an instant and then it's all over. And so we're gonna do this, and so that worked out really well. I think, for me, I want to try to keep my hair in twists the whole week. But like I was saying last time in my last video, I really love the feel of my hair. And so it's hard to keep my hands out of it. And it's one of the things I'm grateful for, because it is a reason that I do get my hair done, when I do get it done. Because I just love the feel of it and everything like that. And you guys know that once I'm done detangling, I twist it up. Well, that was an impromptu break. So my phone was full. I don't even know what to do with that, but I'm back. Anyway, I have no idea what I was talking about, so I'm just gonna keep pushing on. I know I was saying something about, people that talk with, smoke and mirrors and, talking a bunch of stuff without saying a whole bunch of stuff without saying anything. Kind of like what I do, only worse. But yeah, I can't do smoke and mirrors and stuff like that. And, people that are just so casual with, the things they say, like, oh, maybe, you might want to consider, like say you're at work, maybe you might want to consider, spending more time at your desk doing things. And so what I hear is, oh, 6 of one, half dozen of another. Spend time at your desk or don't. That's what I hear. And then so I go about my business because I hate sitting at my desk at work. I'd rather be out on the floor doing shit, right? And then I'll get called in again and it'll be like, and so we talked about you maybe, being able to stay at your desk more, and, and there's schedules you need to do, and, all these other things and blah, blah, blah. And once again, I'm like, okay, so you want me to go to my desk now, or do you want me to spend more time at my desk in the morning, or do I need to do, like maybe eat lunch at my desk and get I don't know what you're saying. What you need to say is, I need you to sit at your desk right now and you need to get this done because it's due. Oh, why didn't you say so? I told you a week ago and now your project's almost late. Well, Jesus. You're a manager? Can you speak to me directly so I understand what you need? I tell you, it's my biggest frustration. And, and then my thing is I've always been like a direct person. I communicate very directly. And people see me as rude. They're like, oh, you're just so rude and, unkind or, whatever adjective they want to use to describe me. And I'm like, but I'm not being rude. I said, I either simply asked a question or I stated a fact or, a statement of some sort. How is that rude? I don't understand how being direct is being rude when I'm just saying exactly what I need. I'm like, if you're going to go get coffee, could you please bring me back a cup? I'd really appreciate it. Thanks. Or they'll be like, well, if you go to get coffee and if you think about it, I could use a refill or, blah, blah, blah. Well, you don't sound serious. So when I go to get my coffee, I'm not thinking about you. I'm getting my coffee. And then you're like, you went and got coffee and you didn't tell me? Did you want me to tell you I was getting coffee? Did you want to go with me? Did you want me to get your coffee and bring back? I don't understand. But anyway, that's my frustration. And so I guess this week I've just been kind of, just trying to learn how to communicate and, be more mindful, of what my husband needs too. But then at the same time, I'm like, but I really need you to use your words because I really don't understand it when you don't. And, if you're holding your glass and you're tapping it, I literally don't know what that means. Are you tapping it because you have a little tune in your head? And, are you tapping it because, you're stimming? Because, he's bipolar and he does, certain things too, as far as that goes. And he'll be like, well, no. He goes, I want you to grab this cup and I want you to, taste what's in here. And I'm like, then why don't you just say, hey, Toots, this is really delicious. Here, take a taste. And then I'll probably be like, oh, sure. But if you're just tapping your glass and you want me to understand what that means, I'm going to miss every single time. And then what it does is it makes me feel even more self-conscious about my social anxiety because I already, have issues, understanding, social cues and those sorts of things. And, is the thing you're saying meant for me? Is it meant for the group? Are you talking about yourself, in particular? And I sit there and I try to figure it out. And the bad thing is I'm always wrong. And, and something else that I figured out was I always misunderstand what people are saying. Like, I don't know, 100% of the time. We'll be having a conversation and I'll think I'm absolutely in the same book, on the same page, paragraph, sentences, whatever you want to call it. And then they look at me and they're like, that's not remotely what I said. And I'm like, well, what did you say? And they're like, oh my God, now I have to repeat it again. And I'm like, yes, please. If you want me to, if it's important and you want me to understand it, yes, please. Please repeat it because I don't know what's happening right now. And when I tell you people have been cold-hearted, pissed off at me because I misunderstand things, and that's why I'm like, well, no, it's not me, it's you. Why can't you just say what it is that you mean? And so I'm kind of struggling with that a little bit over the past few days, and I'm really self-conscious about it because, my husband is like, Toots, you misunderstand probably 90 to 100% of what I say. And that really bothers me because, I want to engage with people and I want to have conversations, and because I have a whole lot of cool things that I want to talk about, and I would like to think when it's time for me to talk about the things that I want to talk about that, people are receptive. But then again, being a direct communicator, they get put off by me, or they shut down and don't want to listen, because they think I'm, like I said, they think I'm being rude. And I tell you, it's one of those things where, growing up, I'm not I'm embarrassed to say it, but it couldn't possibly have been me. I blamed everything that was happening to me at my jobs, with my friendships, and interactions, and even customer service issues. If I have a problem and I need to rectify it. You guys, it was never me. I thought it was them. And you know what? And I take part of the blame, but I also give the blame to them too, because I'm realizing that most people don't communicate directly, when they're talking to people. They suppose, and they do the smoke and mirrors thing. And I don't know if that's just a mindset here in America, or maybe it's a US thing. I don't know. And maybe my African and my African roots and my genetics just wants to, just cut straight to the chase, and just snipe and get right to where you need to be. And for me to think that means that I'm being rude is so foreign to me. And then I got to thinking about how us neurodivergents, how we suffer through, social anxiety, because not only are we trying to fit in or, pay attention or listen or whatever, but we also feel judged for the things that we say. I can't tell you how many times I've tried to, to get into a conversation. I think I know what they're talking about, just to have them look at me like I have, a third eye up here that's, got an eye patch on it, or something really weird. And, I don't know. I just get so uncomfortable and so self-conscious, about the whole thing. And I don't know how to rectify that. And I don't know. And so today I've just got a lot of reflection and stuff like that going on. And I'm definitely just have a like a different little mindset going on today. And I can't really figure out where it's coming from. I'm not tired or anything like that. And, I guess it's just because I struggle, a lot with anxiety and a lot with depression also. And so sometimes I need to remember that maybe what I'm dealing with on a certain day like today, along with being neurodivergent, is, just dealing with my depression and everything like that. And I hate it when my depression comes up, because it like comes up out of nowhere, and kind of like catches me by surprise. And I'm like, oh, well, I wasn't expecting that, that particular behavior. And, now how am I going to deal with that? And I don't know. I guess I try to give myself grace, and I try to be like, even though I'm not a neurotypical person, those typical people out there, they have good days and they have bad days too, don't they? I would like to think they have good days and bad days. It's not just us that has good days and bad days. But I'm going to tell you, I'm really surprised at the things that we do that's normal for us that neurotypicals don't do. And I can't think of any right now off the top of my head. My brain is going so many places all at once, you guys. I know that right now it probably seemed calm, but I'm not. My insides are going like 1,000 miles a minute. My brain's going 1,000 miles a minute. There are so many other things that I want to talk about, but I'm hyper fixating on, just communication deficits and those sorts of things, and, trying to fix. Well, apparently it's going to be a hell of a day. My phone keeps shutting off because it's full. and I deleted a bunch of stuff, and so, but it's still not working, and I'm not quite sure what to do with that. So I'm gonna hurry up and try to finish up and stuff like that. But, and you know, and I kind of want to change gears a little bit, but you know, but the other part of me too, us neurodivergents, people don't understand, you know, how our moods can shift and change and stuff like that, and how sometimes, I think I was saying how sometimes, you know, my depression kind of catches me off guard, and I'm like, you know, where did that come from? And, you know, do I need to be, you know, more aware of my surroundings, or maybe, you know, something that, you know, or is it just a thing? You know, is it just something that we deal with as neurodivergence? You know, is the, you know, the depression of our situation, maybe? I'm not sure. But I don't know, I'm just feeling kind of neutral today, and you know, and I want to be in a better mood, you know, and I keep hoping for my medication to kick in so I can, you know, like feel better or something, or maybe my brain will slow down. But you know, something else I'm realizing too is sometimes, you know, the medication doesn't fix everything. I mean, just like anything else, sometimes it works really well, and other days it's not going to work. And it feels like today is going to be that day, because when did I take it? What time is it? It's almost 12:30 now, and I've been just dicking around all day. And I'm a little concerned because I took it probably about an hour and a half ago, and it doesn't take all that long to kick in. So that's telling me that I'm going to have one of these days to where it's just not going to do what I need it to do. And so what am I going to do with that? Do I finish detangling my hair and then wash it tomorrow? Do I go ahead and wash it and, you know, to give me something to do? You know, do I want to, just take frequent breaks? I mean, I haven't even got to take a decent break because my phone keeps getting full, and it just keeps shutting off in the middle of me talking. And it's like, I've never had that happen before. I don't even know what to do with that because all I have is my phone to use. I mean, should I use a different phone or find a different phone and, you know, put my YouTube videos on that, you know, and then translate things from there? You know, I'm not really quite sure how to deal with that. But I know one thing. It's just a really difficult day for me today. And, you know, I didn't want to come on here, you know, and be like this for you guys. But, you know, the fact of the matter is we're body doubling, right? Because we need that. We need that camaraderie, or, you know, that person to just sit in the room with us, you know, and everything like that. And I know it just makes all the difference to me in the world, knowing that I'm sitting here talking to all of you. And you know, it makes me feel better about who I am, that I am talking to people that are just like me, and hopefully we understand each other, and, you know, we understand, you know, that, you know, our differences, and, you know, and everything like that. And sometimes I think it helps us feel better about what's going on in the world when we just know we have people that can, you know, that we can connect with, that, you know, that understands how we're feeling and everything like that. But if my camera stays on, I kind of like to shift gears a little bit, because I have my product stage back here that I want to use this week. And, you know, I'm using my Main Choice Pearly Braid Out Glaze. It's one of my absolute favorites. But I also love Nature's Little Secret. This little Irish Moss styling cream is so moisturizing and hydrating, you guys. You know, I'm not a person that recommends products or anything like that, but if you struggle with dry hair and you need something for it to feel hydrated and moisturized and all of that, that Irish Moss styling cream is like legit. I really like it. And this is what I like to use as my leave-in conditioner. My Allocate Naturals, the leave-in. And I like it because it's a little watery, and so it tends to play well with others. And then after that, then I'll be putting this on. This is good stuff. I mean, even if you don't like to do your hair, if you just put this in and then like twist it up or braid it up and just go about your day, that's all you need. But I like to top it with my Main Choice. It's really hard to see. because of the, but I like to finish off the curly braid out glaze because it's really sticky and gooey and, you know, all of that good stuff. And it really holds down my hair. And then the thing I love about it is when I go to take my twists out, if I want to, like, you know, do a twist out or, you know, keep myself up a little bit or whatever, man, the curls and the waves just look so badass. It's like, man. And then, you know, I already love my hair, so let's just go ahead and just, you know, yum it up even some more. And to me, it's just like that pearly braid out glaze just makes my hair just feel so yummy is what it does. I did a really quick detangle today, you guys. I'm really just not feeling it today. I'm still being mindful and I'm still being careful because my hair is so fragile. But, you know, like I'm missing twists and everything like that. It's the first time I've untwisted my hair to even detangle. So this is a new process for me. And I wanted to do it here with you guys because I do my hair on Sundays. And so I typically take my hair down and out on like Friday and wear it out or loose, or, you know, put it up in a cute little high puff or, you know, something like that. And then, you know, detangle my hair. But man, after that detangle we did together last week, man, I was like, no, you know, I really got to stop wearing my hair out. It's not working for me. It looks cute as heck, but my hair is such a renegade. My hair is a renegade like I am. And it's like, ooh, we're free. We're just going to do whatever the fuck we want. We're going to do this, and we're going to go over here, and we're going to frizz out here, and, you know, we're going to tangle up over here. But, you know, I haven't seen these little hairs over here in a long time. We're just going to go over there, and we're just going to tangle up with them and be all cozy and everything like that. So this is a new process for me. And, you guys, I think I really like it. I think I like taking my twists out, putting a little bit of oil on it, working the knots out on the end, and then putting on my pre-shampoo. It seems to be working out really well. I'm like really digging this, how it's working out. And I'm just all over the place. I'm looking at the viewfinder. I got my mirror right here. But I mean, you guys, this went pretty well, you know. And next week, I'm gonna, you know, try to have some things to talk about. I don't like having a script. I mean, I'm not a script person. I just like to freestyle. But I think next week I'm going to freestyle and have some things that we can talk about, because especially if the depression hits me like this, because this depression just literally caught me off guard today. I have no idea what I was dealing with. And you guys, look how easy that was today. Yeah, I'm definitely doing this, you know, from now on. I need to try to leave my twists in and, you know, do it this way, because this worked really well. So last week I had problems because I kept having tangles in my hair. And this week I'm having problems because my iPhone is full and I don't know how to make it not full. And so I'm going to be wrapping this up a lot quicker than I thought, because I need to address that, right? But anyway, here we are. We're all done. And hope you guys have a great day. I hope you guys are enjoying this. I mean, give me some ideas of things that you guys want to talk about. What do you want to hear me yapping about or anything like that? And like I said, I don't script anything. I just come on here just raw and just run my mouth and everything like that. But I think in the future, I'm at least going to have a couple of talking points to talk about, because I also don't want to bitch the whole time either. But then again, I'm not mad at myself for bitching, because, you know, we have those days, and, you know, I don't want to sugarcoat that. I don't want to be like the influencers that are out there where you watch them and everything is perfect and they always have the perfect day and they always have the perfect smile and the perfect background and, you know, and all these things. And that's just not me. And I hope that's not you either, because I really just enjoy just being here with you guys and just being raw. So anyway, with that said, I'm out of here. Now I have to decide if I want to wash my hair and do the rest of it today, because I really don't feel like it. But that's the problem. You know, self-care. It's like, yeah, you got to do it, but you don't. And so I'm going to try to find a way to get myself motivated so I can finish up for the day. And with that said, I want you guys to have a great day. Have a great rest of your weekend. Have a great week. And I will see you next Sunday.